Back again, YouTube. What's up? So I'm going down the line here. I figured I'd make another video about the cars that I have. This is my 96 Chevy Impala. If you've seen the other ones, I have the Pontiac 2002 Pontiac Trans Am, and then I have the 1970 Chevelle. I did videos on those, so I figured I might as well post a video of the Impala. Just go down the line. I still gotta wash it and stuff and wax it, but anyways, I'll just show you a quick video about it. So yeah, 96 Chevy Impala, floor shift. Bought it back in 2012 from a Toyota dealership. I guess it was somebody's trade-in back in 2012. So I had 49,000 miles. I think I got 66 or 67,000 miles on there. We'll take a look at it right now, but yeah, I've had it for, you know, quite a few, more than 10 years, quite a few years. So done quite a few things to it. It is lowered with the Hotchkiss. I think they're a 1.25 or 1.25 inch drop springs. It's got Bilstein shocks. The exhaust is pipes, violators. So it's got a nice little rumble to it. What else did I do to the suspension? Oh, it's got Hotchkiss sway bars, and of course these are 20s. I didn't want to go with 22s. I just hate the, you know, the look of 22s on the Impalas. I think that's like overkill, but you know, everybody's got their own opinion, and you know that you guys could do whatever you want to do to your cars. But the only reason I don't like it is because well, I'll do a video on my Denali, but these are 24s, man. I mean, you know, just imagine this, you know, 2 inches smaller on a Impala like this. So, you know, I think that size is a little too big, but that's my opinion. Like I said, you get a 96 Impala, you can do whatever you want to yours, but that's what I'm doing to mine. So, I'll show you the interior here. Let's see if I can do the mileage. Let's see here. You can take a look at the miles here. So 702. That's the mileage here. Yeah, it's relatively clean. You know, shows its age. I mean, the dash ain't cracked or anything. You know, I have the dash pads on here. All my cars always put a dash pad. You know, it does help. That way it don't crack. This one's got the little Leaping Deer logo. I think that was from like Street Trends, but I think that place went out of business. Yeah, it was a while back when I got that. So I added the Gentex 341 mirror in this one too. The Impalas didn't come with that, you know, the little compass temp, and then the home link so you can open your garage door. Yeah, I like those mirrors. They should have came with that, you know, back in '96, but I don't know. I think that technology wasn't available then. So yeah, so I got doubled in. That doubled in kit, you know, where it relocates the heater controls. So you know, when you from the factory, the heater controls, if you buy a, you know, an Impala, it's going to be up on the top, and then this kit, it reverses it, so it moves it from here down to here, and that way you can fit, you know, the double din in there, which is pretty nice. It's got Navi on there too, but of course the floor shift. 96 was the only year that it came with the floor shifter. 95 and 94, it's cup holders in place of the floor shift, and I think 94, 95, that's the digital cluster. So yeah, just something to think about if you're looking, you know, for these 94 to 96 Impalas. That's what they came with. Well, the 96. So you can see, you know, leather is pretty decent. You know, it's nobody sat in the back over the years. The driver one too, you know, it's pretty nice, not bad. You know, I try to keep it clean, you know, but as I'm getting older, and you know, I have 5 cars, so you know, having them cleaned and maintained and all that, oh man, you know, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. Yeah, but oh well, it is what it is. I love cars. I've always loved cars. You know, back in high school I had a 91 Camaro, and that was a total lemon car. I hated it afterwards. You know, it was always in the shop, so I got rid of it. And my second car was a 95 Camaro Z28. I love that thing. And fortunately, the Optus Spark always gave me issues, and kind of sucks because, you know, the Impalas, they have the LT1, the same engine, and with this Optus Spark. So I'm hoping this, you know, doesn't have as many issues as my 95 Camaro. Of course, there's some changes to it. The Opti in 96, I think they went to a vented style. I think 94, 95 was non-vented, so it couldn't, you know, stop like moisture getting in there. So I don't know. I try not to think about it because I had such a headache with the 95 Camaro, and that was the LT1. So, but anyways, that's what the 96 Impala came with. And you see the trunk. I think Street Trends. I got this from Street Trends. I have it for the hood too, I think. Or actually, you know what? I don't know. I might have not. Maybe it wasn't from Street Trends. I don't know. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. But they used to have, I think, the trunk kit and the hood liner or hood insulation or trunk insulation thing. I think it's from them. I don't know. But yeah, you can see it's pretty clean. Got that little trunk mat too with the deer logo there. And oh yeah, I added sequential tail lights. So if you don't know about sequential, you know, let me put the hazards on so you can take a look at it. So the Impala, that middle light doesn't work as a brake light. So you got to modify this. You got to take it out and drill it out to make a new socket. That way you could get the I think it's a 241 socket dual filament bulb. That way you could get that effect, that you know, that middle light to function as a brake light. So if you get an Impala, that middle one is not gonna, you know, it's only a running light, meaning when you put your headlights on, that's only when it lights up, and when you hit the brakes, it's not going to go on. So I always thought, you know, they should have did that from the factory. But yeah, I added it. It's pretty nice. Then you got to get the sequential taillight kit. I think it's from Webb Electric Products, and it's real easy. You just got to tap into the wires. I got another video. You can see it, you know, when I had it on and stuff. Yeah, I didn't do an installation video of it, but you can see what it looks like. But yeah, it's not very hard. But yeah, well, it's got the ram air intake on it for cold air, PCM tune, and what else did I do to this thing? I don't know, I can't even remember, dude. It's been so many years, over the years, of modifications and stuff, you know. I don't know. Oh yeah, LED headlights. Well, I'll tell you this, it was a pain in the ass just to get these little corner lights to blink. This right here, I had to change it. I forgot what the stock bulb is. I think it's like a T something, real tiny bulb. And so what I wanted, well, let's see if I could try to explain it here. So without the modification here to the light, it wouldn't blink in unison. So like if you would if you do a turn signal, only this would blink. But of course, you know, I'm like, man, what's up with that? You know, I gotta have, you know, both lights blinking. So that's why I modified it. Does take a little bit of work, you know, to get it to fit. but it does work the way it's supposed to. Yeah, so you got to modify that to get it to blink, you know, in unison. I mean, I don't know. I'm picky like that. So yeah, and then of course with the LEDs, you got to add this little flasher. Let's see if I can videotape it for you. You can see the two of them right here. So if you just pop in the LED bulbs, it's not gonna work. You got to add those electronic flashers to get them to work with the LED bulbs. So that was fun, you know, getting all that straightened out. And when I did it, it didn't work with the turn signals. So, and then the other thing I want to add too is this section here. This is not a turn signal. That's for when you're turning. It's called a quartering light. So when you make when you signal with the turn signal, it just lights up white. That's supposed to illuminate, you know, the path that you're making the turn on. So yeah, it's not a turn signal. Only this one is the turn signal. So yeah, so I added that LED and stuff. Actually, you know what? Let's turn them on, man. Duh. Yeah, like I said, I lose track, man. I'm not a YouTube content creator, so I should probably write all this stuff down. But anyways, yeah, there you can see what it looks like. And if I hit the turn signal, well, I guess I'll start it up, I guess. So I don't think this turn signal is gonna work. Yep. Let's see. Here you can hear it. So like I said, that's pipes violator, the exhaust. So of course, you see the turn signal now. Here. And you see what the lights are, right? So I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. See how it's on? See how it's blinking? Alternating. See how they alternate? Now watch. That's with the headlights on. Turn them off. See how they blink in unison? Pretty trippy, huh? So they reverse. Just to get it to work like that was a pain in the ass. So yeah, but anyways. So that's my 96 Chevy Impala. And what else? Anything else in here? I think that's it. So I do have plans to put probably a stereo in here. I don't know, I've had it for years. I just never had it installed, so I'll probably get around to it. I don't know, now I'm getting older. Probably finish up some of the projects that I started a long time ago. Yeah, you see. You can hear it. I'll turn it off. Yeah, it ain't super loud, but it's got a nice little rumble to it. Honestly, anything's gonna be quiet compared to my Chevelle. That's got 3-inch exhaust, and it's got the coffin mufflers on there. And this thing's hella loud, man. So yeah, you can see what that's about. Yep. So all right, well, that's the end of this for the Impala. If I still got time, I'll do the Marauder video, maybe the Denali. All right, I'm out. Take care.